It is. Okay, so now, you were just saying that we were related, right?
I'm licking my lips. I'm dry.
So,
Isn't that pretty?
so tell me how we're related.
I don't know, honey. Well, let me think. That's a terrible picture. My goodness. I guess I got to have to accept it.
Yeah. Do you know who my father is?
I think so.
Who?
Well, I don't know. Well, oh, isn't it, Daddy? Isn't your
Daddy's my father.
Is Daddy?
Emerson is my father.
What, honey?
Emerson is
Well,
my
I was
father.
going to say that, and then I thought, well,
Yeah.
maybe that's not right.
Well, if Emerson is my father, then who's my mother?
I don't know. I should know that, shouldn't I?
You should.
Isn't that funny?
Isn't that funny? It's not fun getting old, is it? If he's my daddy, if Dad's my daddy, who's my mommy?
I don't know who his wife is, even.
Emerson?
Emerson's wife.
Who is Emerson's wife?
Mm-hmm.
You. You are Emerson's wife. Who ever heard of such a thing?
Never heard of such a dumb thing. Not knowing who, something like that.
So guess what?
What?
If you're his wife,
Yes.
that's your husband, right?
Emerson.
Is your husband.
No, wait. Emerson is. I have to get this straight now. What are you saying?
Emerson is your husband.
Yeah.
You're married to him. That's why you sleep in the same bed. I hope you're not just sleeping with a stranger.
I don't know.
So if he's my dad, then you must be my mom. You're my mother.
It's all right with me.
Can I be your daughter?
You gotta be, baby.
I know. I am
Is
your
that
daughter.
true, honey?
It is true, aren't
Isn't
you?
that funny? If you haven't even figured that out,
Huh.
haven't even thought it through.
Yeah. Well, it's true. Aren't you glad?
Yes. I'm glad I have a child.
You do have a child.
Do I have any more children?
You do. You have 3 more.
Who are they?
Prudy.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Heard of her?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Deborah.
No, wait. Wait. I have Prudy,
Mm-hmm.
Deborah.
Mm-hmm. Debbie Jane. Deborah. Debbie Jane.
I don't know that we've been close, but I don't know that I have thought of it that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
just sat down and thought it that way.
Mm-hmm. What, that she's your daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. She is over here and she loves you and takes care of you too.
That what, honey?
Sometimes she comes over and loves you and takes care of you too.
That what, honey?
Sometimes Debbie comes over and takes care of you.
That's true.
That's true. And then there's me.
And what?
Then I'm the third one.
And what? Then what?
I'm the third daughter. You have Prudy and Debbie. And then your baby girl is what's her name?
Marcella.
Marcella. That's me.
I know Marcella.
And then you had a little blessed boy. You were so happy after 3 girls to have a blessed boy.
I guess we were all sort of pleased. Well, I guess you're always pleased with the baby, but
Sure. And your blessed son, David.
blessed,
Right?
blessed son.
Blessed son, David. Yeah. So you have 4 children,
Yes.
and your husband is Emerson. How's that sound? Crazy?
David has come out and picked. I think it was. I think
It is. It's David.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go to dinner with him, don't you? You go out on a date.
On a date. It's the dumb thing because we go to some little
Crazy
funny
restaurant.
little
You know where you
little-
go? He told me where you go. Sometimes you go to a place called Five Guys and you get great big hamburgers and French fries. Doesn't that sound yummy?
Well, they're good.
I know they are. You love hamburgers and French fries. We all do.
Goes with us. Huh?
I know. Not very healthy, but we like them.
Yeah. That's all right. They aren't bad, are they?
Well, you don't want to make a steady diet of it.
No. Well, one time a week.
Right, just once a week is
I don't-
okay. Yeah.
Whoops. That picture makes me look a little bit old and grumpy.
I don't think it makes you look grumpy. You're smiling. Okay, so what do you think of that family? Does it sound like a good family?
Do I think this is a good family?
All those kids that you have?
Sure.
Yeah.
All the kids and their kids and their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, they're mine.
I know. I know they are. All right.
My old wrinkled face.
That's what happens when you're 94.
Is that what I am?
Almost.
Dear me, dear me, dear me.
It's hard to believe, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Did you think you'd be
The
94?
wrinkles.
Well, I know. You're touching touching the screen, touching the wrinkles on the screen. Your mother lived to be 94. She was 90.
Did she?
Mm-hmm. She was old, 94 too.
Mm-hmm. She did very well, I think, for her age.
Mm-hmm. How about you? Did you do very well for your age?
Yeah, well, I get around very well. I don't know whether I get around well or not.
Sometimes your back hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sort of have to keep at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do. So what do you think of this place where you live?
This place here,
Mm-hmm.
I don't figure this is the place I live.
You don't think so?
Do you figure this is the place you live?
I don't think I live here.
Why not?
Well, I live down at my house with Michael and my dog Jakey boy. You remember Jakey, my dog? That big old dog I have?
No, I don't remember your dog.
Oh, Jakey. I live down at my house with Michael. And you come and have dinner there lots of times.
Yes, and I remember some of that, but not much.
Yeah. Do you remember my little grandson Will?
Oh, brother. Couldn't forget him.
You've got little Will, remember, don't you? That little thing?
Will pictures inside our front door.
I know.
And that's it.
You like...
We couldn't forget him if we
No,
had to.
that little thing he walks around. Remember, he broke his finger, and he had that little cast
But,
on.
honey, he is the cutest little
I know. He's just about the cutest thing you've ever seen, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I know. He's
really,
funny.
He really is.
He's a happy little boy.
He really is.
He walks around and you know what he did yesterday at my house?
What?
I was watching him for a little bit for Laura, and he figured out how to climb up on the couch. Now, he's just a little thing, so he had to lift his leg up and lift it up as high as he could and get it up on the couch and then pull himself up there. And then he got up there and he turned around, looked at me, and he just had the biggest grin on his face because he'd figured out how to climb up onto the couch.
Oh,
And then you know what he wanted to
he
do?
was successful.
You know what he wanted to do then? Stand up.
Oh,
And I had to tell him no.
oh, he didn't like that.
He wanted to stand up on the couch then.
Ah,
And I said, no,
baby.
sit down. You're going to fall and bonk your head. He was very proud of himself.
that's not the greatest picture in the world.
But it's a picture of you. But it's you.
I'm getting old and crunchy.
Old and, did you say old and crunchy?
Crunchy.
Oh, brother, crunchy. I don't know what that means. You mean
I
wrinkly?
like the background
I
of
know
the sofa better.
That's your bed. That is pretty, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
You used to, when you moved in here, you got David Millette to come in and decorate your house for you. He did a nice job.
What are you saying here now?
When you moved into this place, because this is your house,
Well, how long have you lived here?
well, this is where you live.
What?
This is your house.
I know, but how long have you lived here?
8 years.
You've lived in this section, in this building, 8 years?
You have lived here 8 years.
I don't.
You and Emerson.
I don't think that's right.
Is this your bed?
Yeah, everything's mine.
Well, this is where you live.
It's sort of a mystery, isn't it?
It is. It gets confusing.
It is confusing.
Mm-hmm. But you and Dad sleep here every night in this bed.
I don't come to this place that often.
Really? Well, what's your bed doing here?
I don't. On my furniture.
That's crazy. Crazy
Whose
and
idea was this?
crazy and crunchy.
Well, it is confusing.
I know, Mom. But you know what? As long as you've got your family with you, it's all good.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
I think you're right.
I think you're right.
But it is confusing.
Mm-hmm. I know. I do know.